Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today, before we get started, I just want to say something. Thank you so much for the support last night. We got over 30 new subscribers. We're over 100 subscribers, which I thought I would never get personally. And we got over 2k views and 50 likes. To say the least, I'm very thankful. It's almost a late Thanksgiving gift. Thank you so much guys. And let's get to the video. So right now we have the GFS up. You can see the storm is already starting to form by Louisiana and Texas. As we continue here, the storm forms even more and starts to mix with the cold air. The trend is that there's going to be less cold air and more rain for the parts of Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan region. If we go back on a couple runs, you could see it had a lot more snow and cold air. It had snow already in Kentucky at this time, but the storm has moved more northeast, causing more warm air to flow into the system. But don't worry, the storm does eventually go over to snow in parts of Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan region. This storm, instead of actually staying there for a while, it actually gets kicked out by another high pressure, and another low pressure starts to form in the south, and we may have another storm coming for the northeast. As of right now, this is still going to be a massive snowstorm for the Ohio Valley, Indiana region. If we get a close-up on the central US, you can see the storm is right in Kentucky already. The snow starts to form on the backside and undergoes bombogenesis. The storm is in northwestern New York right now, and then on the backside you have lake effect and snow bands coming down. As we take a look at the total accumulated snowfall map, you can see you still have a lot of snowfall. Let me expand this real quick. Anywhere in the pink is 6 inches or higher. You have mountain snows, you have snow coming from the lakes, which will eventually affect New York. If you take a longer shot here, you can see eventually even in some parts of the mountains get up to 12 inches of snow. Indiana, at least on the GFS model, it shows only a couple inches. But if you go back a couple runs, you can see that big band of snow starts to expand, and some parts of Indiana was getting 13 inches of snow. But now the GFS only has it as 3. If we take a look at different models though, if we take a look on a Canadian, it still shows a lot of snow. The storm forming in southern Gulf states. And then, look at this. The GFS doesn't have this at all. It actually starts out as snow in Indiana for you. Let's get a close-up here. It starts out as snow in Indiana and northwestern Ohio, and then the storm strengthens, undergoes bombogenesis, causing a massive blizzard throughout the whole tri-state, and then a lot of rain on the east coast and high winds too. The Canadian actually shows the storm still sticking around, and you have another storm coming for next week. If you take a look at the total snowfall for the Canadian, it shows a lot of snow still. Well, this is last run, and this is this run. It actually shows more snow for the whole area. You have this big pocket of 6 inches plus from Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, northwestern Pennsylvania, southeastern New York, and Michigan. And don't forget Ohio is mostly above 6 inches here. If we take a look at another model here, if we take a look at the GFS Para, it still shows a lot of snow. A lot of lake effect snow for New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and even into some parts of Michigan. You have a lot of mountain snow here, and you have a lot of snow pockets in the mountains of New York. Kentucky still gets a good amount of snow in here, 3-4 inches. Southeastern Indiana gets more snow in this run. This is the last run actually. Let me try to get to that for you guys. Previous run, it actually shows not a lot of snow, but the snow is widespread. This run shows the snow is more clumped together, but more snow overall totals. Finally, if you take a look at the icon, it shows still, all these models show a lot of lake effects now, especially in New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. Still a lot of mountain snow in West Virginia, even into parts of Tennessee, and into northwestern North Carolina. If we take a look at the preset map first, you can see, if we can go back here, Oof, the icon's not being nice to me today. You can see the storm forms in Gulf states, comes up to the north, and then on the backside it shows a lot of snow, a lot of lake effect snow, and even into southwestern New York it actually shows a decent snow coming on. But on this run, it actually shows barely if any snow in Indiana, which is quite surprising for me. If we take a look at the European, it shows storms forming in the Gulf states coming up to the northeast. On the backside, it's still snow, but not as much as other models show. Then you have the storm for next week, which all the models have no clue what it'll do. Some models show a coastal storm, an inland runner, or a storm for the Midwest still. This is still far out, but a lot of models agree on cold in the long range. If we take a look at the total snowfall for the Midwest and Ohio Valley region, you can see, again, a lot of lake effects now. That's the key factor here. These areas could get up to 12 inches in some areas. Ohio, parts of Ohio could get up to 12 inches due to lake effect, but southern Ohio only gets an inch or two. Kentucky has the same. A lot of mountain snow. So the models can agree there's going to be a lot of mountain snow and a lot of lake effect snow. But here's the thing. They don't know what will happen on the backside here. Will Indiana get a lot of snow? Get more snow in this case than Ohio? Or will Ohio be getting a lot more snow than Indiana? At this time, this is my current snowfall prediction. The black line is the track of the system. This red L is the low pressure system. Anywhere in this light blue we'll see up to an inch of snow. In my opinion, definitely up to an inch of snow. In the dark blue, 2 to 4 inches of snow. So that stretches from Indiana, Michigan, west of Virginia, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and barely touching New York. Anywhere in this pink area, we'll see 5 to 8 inches of snow. Again, from Detroit, Michigan, Indiana, West Virginia, barely touching Kentucky. Cincinnati is in that. Ohio's all in that, and Pittsburgh. Not in New York at all. But the jackpot for this storm will be on the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes can expect from anywhere to 3 to 7 inches. Due to banding, we don't know the exact location of the high snowfall rates. And then in the red is 8 inches above. Well, 8 inches guaranteed, I believe, will happen here. Anywhere in the Great Lakes is going to be a lot of snow for this storm. I hope you had a great day, and happy belated Thanksgiving.